What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up right now. Bulls take down the Orlando Magic 121-114. Matas Buzelis came up huge. Dunk of the Year candidate.
Wow.
That was just the beginning.
Slam 'em.
We'll break it down next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls postgame. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. CHGO Bulls postgame presented by Michelob Ultra and Bet365. Delicious taste of victory. Deserve something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra and download the Bet365 app with code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary.
Nope.
With Bet365. Hey, Bulls Nation. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's my guy, Big Dave. Bam! BAWL Sports. King of Controls, Joey C.
It's so weird. I'm now in charge of naming the best dunk of 2026, and my work is done.
Your work is done. Congratulations.
Dunk of the Year.
But I'm about to give you some more work to do right now, Joey C. I'm going to need you to slap me in the face. Bulls win. Like that I drop a finger when I do it, Joey C. Bulls win. Still up there in the air, Joey C. You're 0 for 2. Here we go. Hit me.
It's a delay.
I dropped it.
It's a delay.
Bulls win. Let's do it again. Bulls win. Do it for the Goose because it's his first time in here. Bulls win. Do it for Lee. Bulls win. Do it for Matt Peck. Matas Buzelis. Bulls win. Do it for yourself, Joey C. Bulls win. And give me one just for it right on time, Joey C. Bulls win. Bulls win the game. I didn't have them winning this game, but they went out there and they won this game, and they did it in a way which is going to make me ask some questions if they continue to do it this kind of way, ladies and gentlemen. Questions might be asked later on down the line in shows, but we're going to stick to what's happening right now. What a win. What a win for the Chicago Bulls, and the way that they did it, it was a second half turnaround for them. One of the biggest baskets of the game, which probably won't get discussed, but I thought it was huge. End of the first half, Magic hit the bucket to go up 6, and Trey Jones drives that joker all the way down and puts the ball into the net and gets it down to 4. And I told Joey C. that was a huge bucket for the Chicago Bulls right there, because that is one of those momentum shots that gives you that kind of thing when you're going into the third quarter. And you saw the Bulls come out in the third quarter and immediately hit 2 straight threes when they walked out in that third quarter. And you saw their confidence level on a whole nother level. And it was great to watch and witness and see from them. Another team victory. Everybody kind of did it from top to bottom. But it was one dude out there, though, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that guy we've been talking about. We want to see him grow. We want to see him achieve and reach these high levels, and he can only do that by being out there on the floor and playing the 3. He showcased every part and facet of his game, showcasing the entire repertoire. Shout out Marv Albert, because it was impressive watching young Matas Buzelis out there on the floor tonight, Matt Peck. He was aggressive, aggressive. He wanted it. Whether it was the rebounds he was getting, when he was getting inside to score, another one of my favorite plays, he goes in for the layup, a tough layup, and he misses it, but he gets the rebound in betwixt 2 of the Magic players. One was Paolo Banchero, I think the other one was Kane. Gets the rebound, keeps the ball alive, and gets fouled, which puts him at the foul line, which was a huge play. Again, they just had some continuous huge plays tonight, and they deserve all the credit in the world for it. But Matas Buzelis was what it was all about. I know we're going to get into the team and what they did and what the bench did for sure, but I would be remiss if I wasn't talking about Matas Buzelis tonight, because these are the kind of games you want. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. That's still, and of course, 2 of them blocks. He got to have them, baby. Love it by Matas Buzelis. He was a plus 14 out there on the floor. And that dunk, ladies and gentlemen, where were you when you saw Matas Buzelis in the life of Jalen Suggs? Moment of silence. And there you go. Oh, my goodness gracious. What an amazing dunk that was that we will replay over and over and over and over again. You can watch the short that we put out, produced by my man Joey C. That is on YouTube right now because I know Matt watched it a ton of times, man. And I hope you all watch it a ton of times because it was that's what you want, man. That's the feeling you want. Because I was banging on the table when it happened. You were going crazy.
I was going
Joey
crazy.
C losing his mind. Amazing stuff. That's why we want this from Matas. It's not just the fact that you can put points on the board. It's the fact that you can change the level and feeling of the basketball game with plays like that. They don't have guys on their team who can make consistent plays like that. Those kind of dunks, Matt, that can just shake the UC. That's the stuff that Matas Buzelis can do, man. And that's why one of the reasons I should say that we are so high on him. Great game by him.
Shout out to everybody hanging out with us in that chat. Hit the like button if you haven't done it yet. It's free. It's there for you and your enjoyment. Throw us a super chat if you're feeling generous tonight. And, of course, make sure you are subscribed to that CHGO Sports YouTube channel. We're here every Bulls post-game night. 100K and growing.
Yeah.
Matas slimed that boy from the Magic, said Lucas in the chat. Yeah, a lot of love for Matas. Manifesto saying, we're going absolutely nowhere. I only care about Matas' development. Draft capital, not another play and loss. You know, like we don't need to go down that dark of a path. Elba Torres in the chat saying Matas spectacular great game. Okay.
Spectacular.
Shout out to also our friend Liam, who's always hanging out in the chat and preemptively said, "Oh, like can't wait to have these guys slobber over Matas while they never give Josh Giddey any credit for anything." Which
it wasn't like I said he was going to be an all-star this year. I said he was going to be the MVP of the team this year.
Dude, look, it's no secret that I have higher hopes for Matas being the face of this franchise in the coming years than I do Josh Giddey. No, nobody who watches this show is surprised by that. But let me tell you why, Dave, you saw me and Joey saw me reacting as aggressively and strongly as I did and was locked into this game as I was. Because I saw a young man who I believe in his potential do great things and do dumb things on the court tonight. But he played through all of them. And he played, thank you, Billy, 30 minutes. I saw Matas make some pretty young guy boneheaded mistakes on the court tonight. He also did not have a great shooting night from downtown. I'm okay with that. But that 1-3 he took late in the game, what are you doing? What are you doing, man?
Thank you. Keep going.
Breaking my flow over here. So you and I both agree that three that Matas took on a late fourth quarter possession where it was early in the shot clock and he just like looked a guy off and then tried a quick pull-up three.
Yeah.
Not a great shot.
No.
I didn't hate many of the other threes he took tonight. I hated that one.
Yes.
It's okay because we also saw him do all kinds of things. It wasn't just the dunk tonight. We can get excited about Matas dunks because they're great and they're fun and they're exciting to watch. The other buckets he had, second quarter, that drive, my God, where he had Paolo on and Paolo went under a Vooch screen. Matas said, "I'm taking you left, Paolo." He shoved Paolo off of him with a little bit of an elbow.
He did.
And then Paolo went sailing to the baseline. Wendell Carter said, "I'm still here." Wendell came over to contest, and Matas finished over and through Wendell for an and one. That was one of a couple of strong takes to the bucket he had in the second quarter.
Yes.
That fourth quarter and one he had, where he and Ayo were in transition, and Ayo waited for the perfect time, slotted that pass to Matas. Matas goes up, coming from the left through the paint. I can't remember who it was with the Magic, but he swiped down both of Matas' arms, and Matas still completed the and one. I think that was early fourth quarter. Matas also made some incredible passes tonight.
Yes.
I think he career high 7 assists for the young man tonight. Shout out to him for keeping that ball moving. Bulls again tonight kept the turnovers reasonable. Only 12 turnovers compared to 31 dimes on 45 made baskets. Way to go, Bulls. But that one block he had in the first half. And then Matas, after getting the block, that whip of a pass with his left hand to Ayo, who broke out down the other side and led out to an Ayo easy bucket fast break. Like, Matas impacted the game in so many different ways tonight that were good.
Yeah.
And I also saw him do things that were young player growing pains.
Yes.
All encompassingly, shout out Mitch Hedberg, that made me an excited Bulls fan who believes in Matas Buzelis tonight and says, I want to see the great stuff and I want to see the struggles.
Yeah.
He also had a drive where he tried to go crossover right to left, and Desmond Bane shook a Vooch screen, and Desmond Bane bodied the hell out of Matas, and he turned the ball over.
He did.
So there was so much good and bad from Matas tonight.
6-7.
But my God, the good makes you excited. It should make you feel excited. Makes me feel really friggin' excited.
And I'm glad it does. Also, the mistake, 2 of 8 from 3, not great. But like you just stated, and as I stated last time, all the mistakes, all of them, we're here for every single one of those mistakes that he is going to make, because that's going to happen when you're a second-year guy and you're trying to be the guy, not the role player, not the guy bringing off the bench, not the guy playing 15 minutes, but the guy. You're going to make mistakes. And that is how you learn, and it is a good thing. I just love the fact that he was just attacking consistently. I still don't like the fact that he's still not taking mid-range shots. That's just another, part of the game. But it's the fact that he attacks consistently and often now. 30 minutes is outstanding. That is just great. And just seeing the amount of times, and Matt, how many times do I sit here and yell about free throw shooting from one young Matas Buzelis? I continue to tell you, it's the difference between 25 and 32.
Yep.
And guess how many he had tonight? Guess how many attempts he had tonight? Because he had 8 of them.
There you go. And how many did he make?
He made 7
Let's go.
of those. That,
including those 2 huge ones
colossal ones late.
Huge.
But that is why when you go 6 of 14 and 2 of 8 from the 3-point line, you still end up with 20-plus points because you get to the line. That is the key. He's got to continue to get there if his shot isn't going to be falling. It happens to stars all the time. We see it all the time. The shot isn't working, but guess what? They get to the foul line, and that's what keeps that average in the 25s or close to the 30s and things like that. So that was what was the most exciting for me. Stars do that. Paulo Banchero got to the line 7 times. He had 31 because he was just cooking, though. God.
Yeah.
That dude was special. But yeah, Matas Buzelis, Matt, all the mistakes, I want them all. Dribbling off his foot, crossing over and ball rolling off his leg into the backcourt. The mistake that you made, at the half court at the end of the game, getting trapped and stopping his dribble.
Yeah.
You are taught to never do that.
Yeah.
Or call timeout if you're going to do that. And they got lucky for the foul call, because once he stopped his dribble, Orlando didn't have to foul him. They really didn't. They could just play defense because they had their 2 big guys on him. They had Wendell. I can't remember the other one. But they had 2 big players on him. But they ended up fouling because Orlando made a lot of mistakes, a lot of mental mistakes, I thought, tonight. But in general, Matas Buzelis played a good game, and this is how you want to see him play going forward. And I wonder if him playing the 3 has anything to do with it. Spoiler, it does. It has something to do with how he is playing, because he can attack those smaller guys at the 3, or even those guys who probably aren't in the true basketball shape like that. Plus, Wagner not being out there also, helps things as well. But still, whoever's out there and playing against him, he can attack. And once he attacks, and he's going up to score, which is why you're going to get those foul calls, because he's not just going up and flailing about and doing those things. He is going up to score. He's not going up doing what I was doing to Joey, trying to get the remote earlier. He's going up to score, all right? And that is an awesome thing that you want to see from young Matas Buzelis. 2 blocks. Buzelis.
It is, look, and again, want to make this perfectly clear.
Make it clear.
Because the Bulls won a game tonight where Matas had one of his stronger games, I'm not sitting here saying it was a perfect game for Matas.
Hell no.
I'm not sitting here saying he's the only one who deserves credit for this win.
Hell no.
But if you are a Bulls fan who shares my like-mindedness that him growing, developing into a better version of himself than the one we see tonight, which was a pretty good version of him.
Pretty good.
Matters a whole hell of a lot in whether or not this Bulls team collectively goes anywhere anytime soon. And that could be with Matas and Josh Giddey as players play and teammates playing well and doing so together. I'm not ruling that out. I'm just saying especially on a night where we don't have Josh to talk about.
Yeah.
We don't have Coby to talk about.
Yeah.
You know who else is pretty damn important about this team's future?
Tell me.
Because it's Matas.
Yeah.
And so when he does good things, we're going to talk about it. When he does bad things, we're going to talk about that too. Especially right at the top of a pretty exciting game that they won. And he was out there playing in the fourth quarter.
He was
playing well in the fourth quarter.
He was.
That's nobody's handing out an award for that.
Nope.
It's just saying, man, it's pretty freaking important for Matas to be good.
Yeah.
If you care about the Bulls winning, it's pretty important for this young man to be good.
True.
So we're going to keep a pretty close eye on how good he is and how good he still needs to get.
This eye right here.
Better than this.
This is the Matas eye right there. Focused on you, buddy. Keep up the good work.
Yes. Sorry to the Giddey committee who are stuck in their feelings because the Bulls won without him tonight. Not my problem. We got to knock out our first break. We'll come back on the other side. Dive into more thoughts on tonight's game. We got who's hot, who's not on deck, plus our game day difference maker. Plus, we'll hear from Gottlieb from the UC. Hit the like button. It's free. We'll be right back.
Lee? You, my friend, can be good. It's a thing. I promise. You can also be great.
How about another one of them?
Yeah, get two of them.
Pew, pew.
But a third thumb, ladies and gentlemen, that's reserved for the people that are ultra. And the only way you can do that is with the cold, crisp taste of a Michelob Ultra. Because whether it is can or whether it is bottle, once it hits your lips, ladies and gentlemen, in 2026, it is full throttle. Well, guess what? What makes it so ultra, Big Dave? Hey, thanks for asking me just like that, Big Dave. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, superior smooth taste, worth playing for. And it's the official American beer sponsor of your Chicago Bulls. Superior game meeting a superior taste out on a New Year's Eve hanging out. I know how they brought it in together, huh? So grab a Michelob Ultra, superior light beer as you cheer on your team, because no matter what you're playing for, what you need to do is make it superior with Michelob Ultra. Be ultra magnetic.
Dave, you ever thought about starting your own business?
Every day.
Every day?
Every dang day.
Well, then you need to check out Shopify. Shopify is the e-commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. That is a big old percentage.
Big old.
Shopify even powers the CHGO merch store. Check it out. All kinds of new stuff dropping all the time. Yeah. Thanks to Shopify.
Yeah.
Shopify has you covered with website creation, product descriptions, email, and social media marketing, and more. They also have AI tools designed to help you maximize sales.
Yeah.
That's AI. I'll allow. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Turn your big business idea into cha-ching with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/allcity. That's shopify.com/allcity. Let me say it again. Cha-a-ching. CHGO Bulls postgame rolling along. Bulls get their first win of the new year over the Orlando Magic and get back to 500, Dave.
Woo,
17 and 17.
Ow!
Ninth seed, here we come.
19 here we are.
2 straight, baby. Let's go. Let's see if we can get another one of them 4 or 5 game winning streaks. Thanks for being here, Bulls Nation. Hit the like if you didn't do it during the ad break. Throw us a super chat if you're feeling generous tonight. We'll hear from Will Go in a bit. But first, it's time for Who's Hot, Who's Not, Dave.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today with code CHGO and get $50 in lineups after you place your first $5 lineup. That's code CHGO for $50 in lineups after you place your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right, and I would know. All right, so Dave, let me just pose a somewhat silly question to you.
Oh man,
do we have to start Who's Hot, Who's Not with a guy who I saw getting a lot of love early in the chat before we even went live, whose name might be in question tonight? Lee?
I mean,
Patrick Williams?
I mean, that's who you want to start with. That ain't who I'm starting with. I mean, look, you had a good game. You played solid. 15 points, 6 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, couple rebounds. Whoop-de-freaking do. He
Just the second time this season that he has scored in double figures in consecutive games.
Also a -8.
Going back to the first time he did it and only other time he did it, which was games 2 and 3 of the year.
He's not pulling me back in. Sorry. Gonna need, like my friend told me, who I talk
His
about
name
all
is
the
not
time.
yet Lee again.
Yes.
Bleep it.
Who I talk about all the time, boy, here, man. My friend, immediately after that game, he was like, He's not fooling me. I'm not falling for it. He's like, I'm going to need 10 consecutive All-Star wins, All-Star appearances from him for me to be back in on him. So congratulations on him having the game. Shout out to Lee for making an appearance. Will he stay is the question. Can I see it again? Can I see it again and again? He owes us consecutive basketball games. And I'm not talking 5. I'm not talking 10. I'm not talking 15. I'm talking this how he has to play all the time for me to be all back in on that young fella with that. So he's got to do that, Matt, consistent. Let's see if he does this for the month. All right? Let's see if that's how it happens. So 6-9, I mean, not going to poo-poo at anything he did because you needed every one of those points to win this game. You needed all those threes that he hit to win this game. He turned into a really, really, as Stacey said, a really solid spot-up shooter. But we saw him going inside. The best play was him attacking Suggs. That was the best play. When he got it in the post and said, oh, it's a little person on me. Oh, yeah, I'm big. And then he went and he actually didn't trip over his feet and he put the ball into the basket. That was the best play of the game and the best play I watched him make tonight. So congratulations to him for that. He's not my hot, though, Matt. Not for me.
Fair enough.
For me. You want to know?
I said it partly in jest, just,
Yeah, I got
because he scored in double figures again.
It's fair to address
For Pat, that's like being, hot.
Yeah.
Or as Fantasy Cast in the chat said, solid for Lee is God mode for any other player.
Yeah, well done, sir. Well done. But yeah, I'm going to see more. But yes, Lee made an appearance these past 2 games. We'll see if it continues and we get to see tomorrow.
So who's hot for you though?
Hot for me is Nikola Vucevic.
Yay, there you
I'm
go.
going
Someone
with
who's just
Vuce.
asking for some Vuce love in the chat.
Oh,
there you are.
There it is, right there. Yeah, as I continue to say, there's no player on this team I feel that impacts winning more than Nikola Vucevic. And you saw it early and often again tonight. Not only did the Bulls destroy them in the paint, Vuce was a huge part of that, but it was the way he was getting these shots. He was hitting some of the most craziest layups and turnarounds that haven't seen him hit since like Orlando days. And lo and behold, they were playing the Orlando Magic. And I think that has something to do with it. I kind of got to a point in this game, Matt, where I just sat and I said, man, this dude is how old? And he's still out here like this? This is crazy. Listen, he's awesome. Like 35 minutes is what he played tonight. But 17 points on 7 of 11 from the field, but also the 10 rebounds and 5 assists from Nikola Vucevic is pretty damn good, man. All right. And the offense, he had 2 offensive rebounds, which I thought were also very key. But he had one of those games where he didn't have to be the best player on here because it was modest, but he was setting everything up for guys. Like the Bulls, like I said to you guys, like the Bulls want a great college-style kind of offense. So when Vuce sees guys cutting, he's going to hit you. He did that to Kevin Huerter in, I believe, the second quarter when Huerter cut the baseline, and he hit him with a beautiful pass to get him to the bucket. But he was punishing the centers and the guards who were on him inside. That's why Stacey kept screaming this game to give him the basketball, even though Stacey does it every game. But especially this game.
He really does. He really wants him to get the ball
he loves,
on the block every time down the floor.
He got that love for the big fellas. Got the love for the big fellas. But he was especially right on this one because there were many times they switched and put a smaller guard on here, and Vooch continued to recognize it and put their ass in the paint and say, give me the ball. Sometimes they got it to him, sometimes they didn't. But regardless of the fact is he was affecting everything that was going on the offensive end for the Chicago Bulls, man. And getting those rebounds on the defensive end is your defensive stop. So great game by Nikola Vucevic. I feel once again affecting winning for the Chicago Bulls. He's my hot.
People in the chat chiming in saying Vuce looks so much better with another big on the floor, said Captain Stuckey. Yeah, we could talk about that and another very active game from Jalen Smith. Where was it? Oblivion saying, I feel like if you remember Vuce is 35 and most players are out of the league at that age, it makes you appreciate him, warts and all.
Yeah.
It does. It does. Yeah. We have always, I think, as Bulls fans, known what Vuce's warts are. And some of them I think you can blame on coaching and scheme. Some of them you can blame on just like roster personnel and who this team has and who they don't have, and trying to give themselves the best chance to win every night. But more often than not, and Dave, you've been saying this since day one this season, we've said it a lot over the last several years of doing the show. If Vuce plays well, Bulls got a shot to win every night.
Yeah.
If Vuce checks out or has a dud game, Bulls are almost assuredly going to lose that game.
Correct.
And you might not love that about a guy who is 35 years old and on an expiring year contract, when a lot about this team this year especially is about moving younger and trending younger.
Yeah.
At the same time, you still need vets on
do.
any team.
You do.
He's the one who told them, hey, let's not have a parade after they barely beat the Zards. And then what happened after that? They lost 7 straight. Like, might know a thing or two, this guy. And
Ups and
also
downs.
might still be able to give you a thing or two.
Ebbs and flows.
Yeah. So for a quick who's not, like, I don't want to necessarily, like, just torch him. But, man, our guy Dalen had a rough night tonight, Dave. He played 12 minutes. He and Julian Phillips were called up to active duty tonight with the Bulls being shorthanded as they are.
Yeah.
Julian managed to knock down a 3, also had a great dunk from the dunker spot where his man just left him, and he got a little dump-off pass from which teammate, I can't remember who. But so 5 points and a couple of boards for Julian, whereas Dalen in his 12 minutes, not a point scored, missed a couple of shots, bricked a 3 that looked like a Summer League Dalen 3.
Oh, not Summer League Dalen.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I will give him a little credit. You know, chipped in otherwise on the boards and had a couple of dimes. But when we see, like, you know, I saw shout out to Uncle Phillips, who was hanging out in our chat on Wednesday night, being like, yo, like, where is the Julian minutes? Well, you got some tonight.
Sure
and
did.
I thought Julian showed you a couple of moments of, like, Are we going to ever see more of this guy again?
Yeah.
But he and Dalen now, even as shorthanded as the team is, are just fighting for, like, splitting essentially the 8th man of the rotation role.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't, you know, I love Dalen Terry, but, you know, the truth is the truth. He was bad. He was ass. Like, it was tough. He hasn't scored in his past 3 games that he's played. So that means, Matt, and understand, like, the previous game when the Bulls had 8 players in double figures, he didn't score. This game when they had 6 players in double figures, he didn't score. I thought, now I'm going to give him some credit here, because I thought in that third quarter he was instrumental in the Bulls climbing back into the game, because he was the one being active. He was super active in setting guys up and annoying the crap out of Desmond Bane. If you watch Desmond Bane, he started getting annoyed with Dalen. And I felt like those are the other things that he can bring, like those kind of intangibles that he can bring to the game with the 2 assists, because, you know, once he gets out in transition, that's where he's shining, and a couple of rebounds. But, no, I won't – that's as much sugar as I'm going to pour on that one. I'm going to be real about it. It wasn't a great game by him by any stretch. I mean, the brick three-pointers he was shooting up were tough. I mean, getting inside, trying to score, and not being able to – I want more consistency of seeing him play more and Julian play more. I thought Julian kind of caught his groove after he hit that 3-point shot from the baseline. I thought he caught his groove a little bit, and that dunk that he had, that was awesome as well. But, yeah, man, you got to see Dalen put the ball into the basket for it to all come together for him. We know he's going to get rebounds. I know he's going to get assists. I know he's going to agitate. But he's got to score with that too, Joey C.
If I can throw in there for a who's not really quick.
Sure.
You know, you come back to play your old team. You come back into the city that your girlfriend lives in. I know we got a double-double with 5 personal fouls, 4-12 from the field, Wendell Carter. Well,
Wendell Carter Jr.
Missed some bunnies tonight. Missed some bunnies tonight.
It's some serious.
13 and 10 on 4 of 12 with 5 fouls sounds like if you
Girlfriend's
just
in the front
chat
row.
GPT'd what did Wendell Carter Jr. do tonight. That is a classic Wendell stat line right there, baby.
Yeah, that's real. No, that's real. What did Wendell do tonight? 10 points, 9 rebounds. You know it's what you're going to get. He missed some easy shots and took some bad threes.
And Matas punked his ass.
He did. But he took some bad threes. That and one that he missed, Joey C, with that layup towards the end of the game that could have cut that lead to 3 with him going to the line. Yeah, just circle around and out. But he took some ill-advised shots tonight, man. And, yeah, just the numbers reflect. He played well. Not saying he didn't. But it should have been better, is all we're saying.
Shout out to our guy, PT Sword, always in the chat, always the optimist, saying Wendell didn't look terrible.
No, not terrible.
Not terrible.
We're not saying he looked terrible.
Right.
But we're like, he could have easily had like a 25, 26-point game.
But I mean, thinking about all of the, and like I think our pal Chuck Swirsky had a stat earlier today about how this was like the umpteenth time that Vuce was going to play against his former Orlando Magic team. Oh. I think it was like the 27th time or something crazy.
Wow.
Like, wow, that's a lot of times. But then you realize the Bulls play Orlando 3 times a year at least, if not 4.
They do.
And it's, been 5 years now that Vuce has been here. When that trade happened, I was like, man, 2 first-rounders? Ooh. Bye, Wendell. Like, that was how I felt about it the day that trade happened.
Yeah.
And it's still how I feel about it.
Oh, I celebrate. I celebrate it.
On that note, we got to knock out another ad break. We'll come back on the other side, get into some game day difference maker love. Who was a difference maker on the court tonight who we perhaps haven't yet talked about? Hit the like button. It's free. We'll be right back. CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Sunnyside. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary is your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping and are here to help elevate your playoff football season. Whether it's college or pro. Playoff football season. Shout out to the Hoosiers.
Yeah.
Sunnyside is your home for all of it. They have a crazy selection with over 100 different strains to choose from. That's right, I said triple digits. Plus, they offer easy online ordering and in-store pickup. Wherever you are in Illinois, Sunnyside has a location for you. They have spots far south of Champaign, all the way up north and south Beloit. Stop into the store nearest you for expert guidance from their friendly and knowledgeable staff. Head to their website for bright buys every day, including getting 50% off your first 3 online purchases with promo code HICHGO at checkout to qualify. And if you're a returning customer, they got something for you too. Use CHGO 50, CHGO 50 for your little bonus perk. Exclusions apply. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary, bright buys every day, only for 21 and older, and Illinois Med card holders.
It doesn't just happen on Sunday. It doesn't just happen on Saturday. I'm going to tell you, from Sunday to Sunday, every day is a game day. Game day men's health, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the one in Park Ridge. Carm visits that one. Shout out to the one in Naperville. I went to that one. What up, Amy? What's going on? Because whether it's peak performance or you just want to be a better person, you can be a better father, better husband, better man. Game Day Men's Health wants to support every man's health journey through personalized, cared, tailored to your goals. Everybody's got goals they want to reach. You want to lose some weight. You want to be a little more healthy inside and outside. Game Day has got everything for you. You want to grow some more hair there. You want to look all extra spectacular, get some things rubbed up out of you, because that's what Carm does. Game Day Men's Health. Start your best life with Game Day Men's Health, y'all. You can scan the QR code or unscreen or go to GameDayCHGO.com to find locations closest to you.
CHGO Bulls postgame rolling along on Friday night. First win of the new year.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Merry New Year.
Bulls undefeated in 2026. Never lost.
1-0.
Last game of 25 was a win.
Yeah.
First game of 26 was a win.
Well, let's make it 2 then.
I wonder if the last time that happened was the back-to-back DeMar buzzer beaters.
I think that's probably
which was
correct.
21 into 22.
Sure was. Oh, those were glorious.
Man, those were fun times.
DeMar DeRozan delivers.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, man.
Good stuff.
So I saw some graph in my NBA Twitter scrolling tonight while watching the game. And SGA right now this season has the best pure ISO points per possession efficiency. But they had a ranking of the last 50 years. And DeMar's 22-23 Bulls season was right up there.
Right there.
I think it was 4th or 5th.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I remember that.
That was fun.
Either DeMar cooks and the Bulls win, or he cooks less and the Bulls lose. What a fun little mini era that was.
Oh, the mini era of DeMar DeRozan. He saved us many a night.
He did.
He really did, man.
You might say that in those years, Dave, DeMar was a difference maker.
Yeah. Oh, you see this big pick?
Let's go to some Game Day Men's Health difference makers. Game Day Men's Health. Better father, better husband, better man. Go to Game Day Men's Health. Visit GameDayCHGO.com to find locations closest to you. Big Dave, do you have a leading winner?
I do.
For Game Day Difference Maker?
I do. And it is the Velveteer.
Velveteer.
The Red Velvet himself, Kevin Huerter.
Put up 20 off the bench?
Put up 20 off the bench, 4 of 9 from the three-point line. I believe he had 3 of them in the first half, 1 in the second. But he was aggressive, BE, aggressive all night long for them all night. 24 minutes, 20 points on 8 of 15 shooting for that young man. That's outstanding for me. And throwing in the 4 rebounds and throwing in 2 assists are great for him, but he was just super aggressive on the defensive end. And then in transition was extra aggressive. That one play he had where he basically on the fast break, he took his defender in front of him out of bounds and then jumped in the air and passed it back to Jalen Smith for the 2-hand flush. That was outstanding bully stuff that I saw. I saw him do it again when he had I can't believe if it was Suggs or Anthony Black on him, but he had it one-on-one. And all I kept saying was attack. And lo and behold, that young man attacked all the way to the bucket, finishing with the right hand in that third quarter for the Bulls. So I love the way Kevin Huerter played and coming in and getting I believe that was the leading scorer. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, it was. Leading scorer for the Bulls off the bench was Kevin Huerter, and the Bulls bench who absolutely carried the team this evening, and something that the Bulls bench has been doing all season, Matt. They've just been carrying this Bulls team. See them starters get off slow. Bench comes in, sets the tone for the rest of the game for the team, and Kevin Huerter was the one leading the charge.
Yeah, I mean, so, Huerter with 20, P. Will 15, miracle there, Io 17, and Julian with 5. So what is that, 52, 57 bench points? On a night when part of your bench is getting thrust into your starting lineup because of injuries?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, that's the part where, like, AK somewhere being like, I would like some credit, please, because in certain ways, 9 to 10 good players on a deep team that is about depth and playing a certain style and winning by committee and scoring by committee and defending by committee, in some instances can work.
Yeah.
I think it can only work to a point.
Correct.
But in the regular season,
it
can work. And credit to bench guys who had their numbers called. We touched earlier on how Dalen and Julian got a bit more tick than they had at any time recently, and that Julian probably made a bit more of his minutes than Dalen did his. But Huerter, Io, and P. Will, like you need all those points off the bench tonight. You don't win this game without them.
No, not at all.
My game day difference maker. I mean, I do want to give a quick shout out to Isaac Okoro. And you were praising him after the Wednesday night win, and as you should. He had a heck of a game. Team high 24 points. His Bulls career high 24 points.
Yeah.
He wasn't as much of a scoring focus tonight, 9 points. But again, just like, what did you say? He was like a plus 31 the other night?
He was.
He was a plus 18 tonight.
Nice.
Despite only scoring 9 points.
Nice.
But my specific difference maker, on a night when he had a rough night, I think the Bulls still do not comfortably or maybe not at all win this game without a very timely one. You talked about him earlier on and a play he had in the first half of this game. That shot Trey Jones hit on that late Bulls possession that was going nowhere. And that maybe Matas got away with a little bit of a feet left the court up and down travel on before he dished that pass to Trey Jones. But that was a rough-looking Bulls half-court set.
Yeah.
And Trey Jones just bailed them the hell out of it.
He did.
With a miraculous, falling, flailing. He was kind of like... It was like, running right to left across that free throw area. Well, Game 5 Cleveland MJ-esque.
Oh, look at this.
Nowhere near the same
stakes. Oh, my goodness.
But it was literally like the same motion and the same ridiculously, in what world are you making that shot kind of shot?
That's right.
Hell of a shot. Trey Jones has proven several times to be a clutch player. Not afraid to make big shots, take big shots. And he had uncharacteristic turnovers tonight. He wasn't scoring in droves tonight. He even had a very non-Trey modest number of assists tonight.
It's true.
But that big shot, that shot won the Bulls the game, in my opinion. So that's the difference between the Bulls winning a game and the Bulls losing a game.
Put them up by 5, and it put it kind of out of reach because then you force them to take a 3-point shot no matter what, going back down the floor, even though, they didn't have to. But, Orlando, we're taking the 3. But also, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Peck thinks Trey Jones is exactly like Michael Jordan. You heard it here first. Print it, ship it, run wild with the internet.
Yeah, that's the quote.
That's just what he said, 100%.
Man, you have the same aggregation on my thoughts just now as some of the Giddey committee have on, I don't know, some of the things that they think I've said about that guy.
Right. Matt Peck said he fell out of a tree. That's what he did. Then he
Peck
dribbled
said
a
he's gonna
basketball.
stab Josh Giddey in an alley later.
Said he's going to shave a bald and bring him into the studio and hit him with a boomerang.
Oh,
Glue on new, different hair on top of it.
That's right.
People
That's
hear
the
what they
Peck way.
want to hear, man.
People hear what they want to hear.
And Dave wanted to hear me say that Trey Jones equals Michael Jordan.
I mean, I didn't say it. You know what I mean? I'm bold enough to say these things. Shout out to Matt Peck for being up there. And let's get us to 100. I see we're at 99 let's there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hit that.
Those triple digits.
100 likes. We really appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up button for my man Joey C. in the new year. Let's get that to 100 likes.
Joey C. Shimon Lee.
Shout out. I mean, like I saw somebody earlier, and I don't know if you can find it, Joey C., but there was a comment someone said about Patrick Williams earlier, comparing him to Denzel Valentine.
Oh, God.
And if you could pull that up for me. Having a good game is like when Denzel Valentine has a good game. It's cool, but you know the dumb stuff is a-coming. That other shoe is going to drop. We understand that and what's going to happen. So, yeah, he had a good game, which is great. We hadn't seen one in all season, so it's awesome. But, yeah, continuous.
Well, and
consistency.
It's funny
That's
you
what I
say
mean.
that because I think it was maybe after he hit that little like dribble step back three from the left wing in the first half. And I was like, okay, he put the ball on the floor, and then step back and then knock down a three.
Yeah.
Usually with Pat, it's like it's catch and shoot or disaster, right?
Or turnover. Yes,
yeah, exactly. And then so I think it was after he made that bucket. Next time or second time after that down the floor, Pat tried to put the ball on the floor again.
Yeah.
And dribbled it off his foot.
He did.
And we were like, well,
here we go.
That train's never late. But to Pat's credit, that was his singular turnover tonight.
Yes, it was.
How about that?
How about it, kids? How about Pat?
How about that?
How about it?
All right, we're going to knock out our third and final ad break early so we can hear from Goat and not be rushed with him on the backside of that. And we'll also get to, of course, figuring out who our Goon of the night is on the Bulls' first W of 2026. Hit the like button. It's free. Here's some ads. We'll be back.
Pow.
CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Four Seasons. Winter is here, y'all.
Yeah.
Is your home's heating up for the challenge? Big Dave, I actually turned my heating on for the first time in the winter a few days ago.
That's
It
amazing.
was actually chilly.
That's impressive.
Glad I had it checked out by Four Seasons. Maybe you need a new hot water tank installed today. Call Four Seasons. Maybe you have an electrical emergency. Call Four Seasons. At Four Seasons, they guarantee same-day installation for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, and generator needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or this time of year, even holidays. Save up to $4,000 on furnaces and comfort systems with Four Seasons heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric. Furnaces starting at just $39 a month. Furnace AC combos, just $57 a month. Call today and you can save $50 from your trusted local experts. Four Seasons has been serving Chicagoland for over 50 years. Visit FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com for all their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com.
Joey Spathis was here the other day.
Joey.
He was hanging out, and we sat there, and I told him, yeah, when we do Shady Rays, we still talk about Baby Joey, sir.
Baby Joey's always around.
He's always around. And Joey's like, what? Y'all still talking about him? Because he never understood.
Never understood.
Wow! Doesn't cost so much money to look so they don't understand that. Baby Joey didn't understand that. Joey Spathis didn't get it. Neither did Matt Peck or his mustache. Shady Rays didn't get it either, so they said I'll do something about it, y'all. Those seriously good-looking polarized durable shades that are not stupidly expensive. But guess what? They also got the Matt Peck Lost and Broken Replacements plan. There it goes. Glasses on that hat. Crack, splat, drat. He's upset. But then he remembers that. He can put it back into the mail and back on his face in less than 30 days. Bring a brand new pair of Shady Rays. And we've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you exclusive offer. Head to ShadyRays.com. Use that code CHGO to get you 35% off those premium polarized shades. And try it for yourself. Shades that are rated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. By over 300,000 people because the Shady Rays or the Rays are oh so shady.
And man, it's special.
Matas!
We back. CHGO Bulls post game hanging out Friday night.
Yeah.
Kicking off the weekend What day of the week is it? I don't know.
It's Friday.
The day
I was
after New Year's
confused too.
Day.
I thought it was Saturday. I for real did think it was Saturday.
I rarely know what day of the week it is once the season starts.
That's true.
Because it's just like we're working a lot of Friday, Saturdays.
True.
We work Sundays.
Yeah.
But then especially in this window of time.
Yeah. When
like
it's back
late
to
December
backs.
into early January. I'm like,
man.
I don't even know what planet I'm on.
No. It'll settle down like in February. We'll figure out when the All-Star break and they'll say, oh, Tuesday. Like, that's a day. Oh, yeah.
Not even an Earth right now. I've passed the upside down. I am in the abyss now. Shout out all you Stranger Things fans. No spoilers.
Thank you. No spoilers.
Somebody hasn't watched it yet.
No spoilers yet, man.
Somebody slacking.
Slacking in my macking and slipping in my pippin'. But, hey, no spoilers, baby. But I know somebody who ain't going to spoil something for you, ladies and gentlemen, because I heard that jingle jangle. Let it dangle.
That's why it's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Joining us on that Goat Talk hotline, presented by Michelob Ultra. Delicious taste of victory deserves something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra. It's the Goat Talk hotline. It is Will the Goat Gottlieb, our guy. Goat, fun game, wild game, back and forth game. Bulls beat Orlando to get back to 500. And done by committee again. Matas with a dunk of the year candidate. First thing that comes to your mind when breaking this one down.
I mean, Matas. I don't think it was a perfect game by any means. And, Billy was kind of talking about some of the areas where he maybe made, not like, tragic mistakes or anything, but like there's still areas for growth. But I think that was the most rounded game we've seen from him. 21 points is obviously great, but as we've talked about so many times, you can't judge the game on makes and misses. What I liked about it, though, in terms of scoring, was he was 1 of 6 in the first half, and then immediately gets himself going in the third quarter. Had that bump off layup, had an offensive rebound putback, had the 3, and then all of a sudden he's like off to the races. 6 of 14 is not a great shooting night, but he was able to be really efficient because of the foul drawing. Now, some of those were fourth quarter fouls that were like non-shooting fouls that just put him to the line. So you kind of get a couple of bonus points there. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but I still feel like he was able to have an impact on the game. Now there were a couple of like mistakes or poor shot selection that he took, but I think he was playing so well that Billy had to leave him in spite of that. And I felt like that was a really good learning opportunity for him, where you don't necessarily need to take a early shot clock 3 in transition under 2 minutes. You don't want to get yourself up in the air and basically come down and get away with a double dribble turnover and Trey bail you out with that shot in the final minute or whatever it was. So I feel like there were some really good growth opportunities for him, but he rebounded it well. He had 9 of them. The assists, I think, were the most impressive part. Career high 7, as I'm sure you guys talked about. There were a couple that were just hit ahead passes in transition. Nothing major in terms of like impressive reads or anything like that. But you did have a couple of really nice pick and roll opportunities with Vuce. Had a couple of nice drop off passes to him. Found him in a good seal position on the short roll. So I just thought it was a really impressive, well-rounded game for him. He had a great steal on Paolo Banchero towards the end of the game. He had 2 blocks early. Just a really strong game from him overall. And I like that he got to play through some mistakes because of all the other positives that he was bringing to the game. So for me, like we talked about, like the direction of the team and like, the midness and, we're celebrating them getting back to 500 and all this stuff. That's all well and good. But like for any of this to matter, Matas has to really take a step forward. And I feel like this was the first game this year where it felt like he really took a step forward. It wasn't just flashes. It was like the most well-rounded game, I think, of his career.
Without a doubt. 57 points off the bench tonight for the team. Will, can you talk about the bench and their play and just how have you ever seen it like this, like with an NBA team? Because I've been racking my brain trying to figure that out. But it feels like the bench is the starting 5, for this team. They get the things going for the Chicago Bulls, and they are consistent with it and have been since game 1.
Yeah, and they have to be. And this was even, a game where you have 2 basically bench players in the starting lineup because you're missing Coby and Giddey. So really strong bench performance. Obviously, Patrick stepped up and made some shots, but I also feel like he had a couple of good rebounding opportunities. He was like pretty aggressive, I thought, trying to put his imprint on the game. You got great contributions from Kevin Huerter. He got off to a hot start with a couple of threes and was 8 of 15 on the night for 20 points. That was a great game for him. And then Ayo, I mean, they really only have one ball handler without Giddey and Coby, and so they need both Trey and Io to step up in a big way. Io did that. So another efficient scoring night from him, and just a very steadying force on the bench unit. Like, he's not somebody that can really like break you down off the dribble and create his own shot, but he gets the team into good offense. And I do appreciate the fact that he drives so aggressively. I think there's some areas where he can still improve his game too, but he's very much a drive first player, but he's also able to make plays out of it. So I think getting the tape off of his right hand, or it was a brace or something like that, has kind of helped his shooting a little bit, but he's plus 18 in a tightly contested game. And really, I thought, outproduced, I'll say, Trey Jones, who was starting. I don't know if he necessarily outplayed him, but both of them just played really well. So the bench has to be a big part of it. And that's true whether or not you're whole. So they're missing 3 rotation players that are going to play heavy minutes. They've got guys to step up into those roles, and then the guys behind them have to step up. And I think you saw that tonight. So Io and Huerter and Patrick, really nice scoring night for them.
Go, you mentioned earlier Matas' career high in assists tonight. Our production crew let us know that you actually asked Billy about Matas' passing and the importance of that part of his role. If you don't mind hanging with us and kind of teeing that up for us, what exactly were you curious to get Billy's answer, and what can we expect to hear from him here?
Yeah, well, I think as we've talked about, like, a lot of our evaluation of Matas is like, does he score? And, Billy has been very consistent in saying, like, that is not really how I'm evaluating him. He needs to be like physical on defense. There's times where he's going to get played through because he's just not physically developed compared to some of these guys. But he has to continue to fight. And for me, like, I think those things are all true, but like, if the Bulls are going to make him a small forward, number one, and if they're going to rely on him to be like a shot creator in the future, if they want him to be a featured piece of their future, he's got to be able to play make. And, he's not going to necessarily be like a 10, 11 assists per game kind of guy. He doesn't have to be. But can there be games where you're around like, consistently 4 to 6, and then maybe you get up to 8 or 9 or 10 every once in a while? So he's like really making plays. And I feel like this was the first game where it really looked like he was in control of playmaking. And I didn't even mention he only had 2 turnovers. I think one of them was pretty late. So I just thought it was a really consistent game from him. And I feel like bigger picture, that speaks to his evolution. And it's always hard to get response from Billy that's like too future oriented, especially immediately after a game. He's pretty much thinking right about it. So I think he kind of talks a little bit about the way that he played tonight specifically. But for me, you see this and you see how he played tonight, but then I'm thinking bigger picture about like kind of how this informs his evolution as a player. So it was interesting to kind of hear what Billy thought about that. But I think it's just going to be a process that he continues to work on, but he's got to be doing everything right so that he's able to step up into these opportunities when they arise, and then he can kind of showcase this stuff. So that's kind of what Billy was talking about.
All right, let's hear from Billy on that Matas stuff real quick. Go and hang with us.
How important is the passing element for him? I mean, it seemed like he was getting a little bit of connection with Vucevic and like some pick and roll stuff. Like how important is that to his growth?
Yeah, because I think what ends up happening is, I've always said this, that really, really great players make everyone else around them better, and it's the reads, it's the passing, it's the ability to set people up and make the game easy. I thought he made a lot of really good decisions tonight, whether it was driving downhill and trying to finish, or whether it was finding different guys on drives. I actually thought the pass that we turned it over to Vucevic, I actually thought, at least from the bench, and again, I'm at the other end of the court, I thought it was the right read. Like, I think he felt like he had Vucevic on the roll, and he's got good size, and he can see over defense. So I think it's a big part of him, is as a player, figuring out the decision-making in those moments. And it's hard because those decisions come pretty quickly. But he does have a very, very good instinct for it. He does have good size as a passer. He can throw over defenses. He does and is a willing passer, and he's very unselfish.
Again, it's Billy Donovan answering a question from our guy, Will Gottlieb. Will, 2-part question for you here. I saw Nikola Vucevic with a wrap around his hand while he was playing. Did you all notice that? Was there a question for him on that? And can you talk about what Coby said today about his injury?
I actually did not notice that on Vuce, but I just saw him in the hallway. I didn't see anything on his hand. So we'll have to check in about that tomorrow. But yeah, we talked to Coby and Giddey this morning at Shoot Around. And, Giddey, I'll start with him. It just kind of sounds like he pinged a hammy and like they're just being really cautious about it. Like, I think we're looking for like more details than that. There just really aren't any. With these soft tissue injuries, they really have to be careful, because one of the things that Billy has said, and I brought this up to Josh this morning, and he confirmed it, that like a lot of the time you don't feel any symptoms. You're just kind of playing, and then all of a sudden it happens. And so you stop and you're like resting and recovering and doing rehab or whatever, and it feels fine. And then you go back out there and it actually may end up not being totally healed. And that's where you can restrain it. So I think that's the concern. And it's why they're being very cautious with both of these guys. Coby, and so I guess just to wrap up, Josh, like it doesn't sound like this is too serious of a thing. I think he's probably going to be out for the 2-week evaluation period. I mean, they're going to be evaluating him every day. So I don't know like what we're really going to learn in 2 weeks. Maybe he's just back then, maybe he's ramping up. We'll kind of have to see, but it doesn't seem like it's this big, tear that's going to keep him out for 6 months by any means. With Coby, it actually sounds more optimistic than we thought. He told us that he did not restrain it. They took an MRI today or yesterday maybe, and there was no restrain. So it actually looks a lot better than it did even in November when they were scanning it. It's unfortunate for him because he just got through his first back-to-back of the entire season, and then there was a day off, and then they had the Timberwolves game when he hurt it. And so he just felt some tightness and had to take it off. I think both of them tried to come back in and basically were shut down by the medical staff. So I'm not expecting these to be super long absences, but I am expecting them to be things that linger and that the team monitors really closely for the rest of the year. I don't know this for sure, but it certainly would not surprise me if Coby doesn't play in back-to-backs for maybe the rest of the year. I'm just kind of educated guessing here. I just think they're going to be really, really careful with him. Giddey, I think they'll take some time and see how he goes, but these soft tissue injuries are happening all across the league. I know people kind of joke about the NBA doesn't play defense anymore. They're covering so much ground, and especially this Bulls team just moves so fast. They run so hard. They run so much, and they have to close out, attack space, and just get back, recover. And the floor is so spaced, so they just have so much more ground to cover. They're stopping and starting, and I think all this stuff is just leading to overuse and strain on muscles. And so, like I said, I mean, this is the kind of thing where if you don't let it completely subside, then it could, reemerge at any point. And so they're just trying to be very careful with that. But I did write about more of that with some quotes from both of those guys in our instant reactions piece. So you should go check that out if you want to learn more.
Flex, you can do it at allchgo.com. Go before we get out of here. Who's your goon of the night nom?
Matas. I mean,
No explanation.
That dunk was, it was pretty incredible. He was, we were just talking with him. I think he thinks that was the best dunk of his career. Everybody in the locker room was talking about it. It was, and I was actually talking with Patrick about the reaction too, and apparently Jalen Suggs had a pretty hilarious reaction, including some inflammatory language after that happened, which was pretty funny. But yeah, Matas was saying he kind of was waiting to see if Suggs would stunt to him because he was going to pass it back to Okoro, and he just never did. So he just rose up. And yeah, that was one of the best live in-game dunks that I've seen since covering this team. Just to put someone on a poster like that with a defender trying to block you, that was a very special dunk.
All right, Go. We appreciate you. Bulls Nation, follow him, Will_Gottlieb. And again, read his stuff, allchgo.com. Use promo code GOAT. Sign up to become a diehard so you can read all of it, the very best of it. Buddy, get home safe. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
All right, guys. Talk to you then.
Yes, sir.
Okie dokie. With that, Big Dave.
Yeah! It's that time! Joey C! Why don't you hit him one time?
To be the man, you gotta beat the man now. I'm the man. Woo!
Goon of the night in all its splendor and glory. Right there in your face, you see it. It's the belt that everybody strives to have. Whether it's the best player on the team, whether it's somebody who did something funny on the team, whether it's somebody who did something tough on the team, whether it's an announcer, cheerleader, somebody in the crowd, somebody here in the office. As long as it's Bulls related, it is fair game. It could even be the people in the chat. You, the people. Anything you want to do can go to Goon of the Night. Matt Peck, we will start with you. I can't wait for this soliloquy. Who is your Goon of the Night, sir?
I don't even feel like I need a soliloquy, man. It's Matas. I went on my soliloquy earlier about how I loved watching Matas play that game tonight because of good things I saw from him. Oh, my God, things I saw from him. And also, young man still needs to work on that. Things I saw from him. That's where he should be right now. A bad turnover, a bad shot selection late in a tight game. That happens with young players. But, man, I thought there was a heck of a lot more good than bad tonight. So I'm always looking for that ratio in a game where Matas plays big minutes and is heavily involved in whether the Bulls win or lose. And I thought he was all those things tonight. That dunk, but Jesus. Also, Goat was, talking about Matas and a little bit of talking going around bed. The and one he had. The and one he had.
And one
late
he
in
had.
the game.
It was
He
nasty.
was John after that, too.
He was.
You caught it on one of the replays the broadcast had after the fact. He's in the baseline. He's looking out at the crowd. I don't know who he was talking to, but my God, he was talking. With that, just a quick reminder as we go to a little bit of overtime, if you want the bonus coverage. If you're watching on one of our streaming services, head to allzshow.com. Thanks for being here. Thanks for streaming. But, oh, my God, Matas is your freaking goon of the night by this Bulls fans vote.
Matt Peck saying he doesn't need to have a soliloquy and then delivers one anyway.
That's a mini one.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's a mini one.
it's what makes him Matt Peck and always usually a nominee for a Goon of the Night, ladies and gents.
Yeah!
Oh, that's a happy hat throw!
Happy hat throw!
Brought to you by our friends
Branded Bills.
at Branded Bills.
Get 'em.
Make sure you get your Branded Bills hats, ladies and gentlemen, at allchgo.com. Joey C., who is your Goon of thy night?
So the funnest part about this exercise is trying to find a different guy or a fourth guy or a third guy, but I, with great pleasure and splendor and relish, am making it a 3 for 3. How is it not Matas Buzelis? The three-point shot's been looking good for about a week now. Tonight he took flight. I like the decision-making on offense. We can talk all about the stuff that he's got to work on and figure out. But right now he's getting that runway and watching him and Okoro run on the wings right now, making stuff happen at the top of the key. How is it not Matas Buzelis?
Matas Buzelis. Also, funnest is not a word. Matas Buzelis. That was from Matt Peck, ladies and gents. Oh.
The early days when I thought his name was Matas Buzelis.
Matas.
It's okay.
Buzelis.
Matas Buzelis.
Yes.
This has got a nice ring to it, too.
It does. It does. Well, here it is. You see it. Joey C. marvels at it. It is the Goon of the Night belt. Well, let's find out, because your winner of the Goon of the Night is, of course, it's Matas Buzelis. What are we doing here? If this doesn't go to Matas Buzelis, you're darn right. This goes to Matas Buzelis. This is what the title's all about, ladies and gentlemen. These kind of moments when you rise up upon somebody and then you throw it down right on their face, right on their head, right on their body, right on their soul, and then you stare at them, piercing your eyes into their soul, right into their skull, and saying, I am better than you. Why did you try to jump with me? You have failed, sir, and I have succeeded, and I, because of that, am going home with the hardware, baby, the strap. Goon of the Night, you better believe it goes to young Matas Buzelis. Also, 2 blocks. 2 blocks. That's all I need from baby. Game after game. I love it. Goon of the Night, Matas Buzelis. I love it.
Incredible. Well-deserved. Matas now, with his second victory of the season,
Okay.
comes into a tie with Isaac Okoro, who I believe was Wednesday night's winner.
Yeah, I believe when he had 24.
And the wily vet Vooch.
Oh.
All three of them currently co-leading the Goon of the Year competition
Who's gonna
with
win that
2
Goatee?
wins apiece.
Gonna win that Goatee.
Man.
Gotta find out, baby.
That's right, Philip. Matas is Goon of the Night.
2 blocks, Big Phil. 2 blocks.
Fantasy Cast Podcast. Matas is better than me. Praise be to Matas. Well, if you're talking about strictly at basketball, not that I would assume so, but I don't know if you're an NBA player as well, Fantasy Cast Podcast, hanging out in our chat.
I'm going to still say
Fair bet. But
Yeah.
better than you in any other way? Who knows?
Well, who knows?
You got to have some faith in yourself.
That's true. You might
I'm
be
sure you're a good person.
He might play chess, and he doesn't. You might be great at that.
There you go.
Might be a great writer. Might be a great podcast.
Could be. You know what you are is a great Bulls fan and a great person hanging out in our chat all the
Listen
time.
to this man over here.
Appreciate you.
He is telling facts. Thanks.
And yes, appreciate you too, Giddey Committee. Love y'all always.
All y'all, man.
Honestly,
Did Giddey play tonight?
he did not.
Judging by the chat,
He
I'm just
did not.
asking.
No,
He didn't?
no.
You a little confused about that there, Joyce? See what's going on in the chat there?
I mean, I get it, guys. It's like I like Josh Giddey too, but like 9 to 10 good players, guys. We can talk about the other.
He was not one of the 9 to 10 good players tonight.
He wasn't on the court.
He wasn't on the court.
It's kind of the point, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of the point.
Yeah. Wasn't up there.
AK's theory, none of these players are significantly more important than any of the others as far as whether or not this team wins or loses any given night.
That is his point.
It's true for Josh. It's true for Coby. It's true for Vuce. It's true for Matas. It's true for everybody.
Yeah.
That's the strategy. That's the plan.
Yeah.
So we've seen this team win some impressive games, and we've seen this team lose some ugly games, and we've seen them do both with and without any number of different players. Yeah, it all boils down to 17 and 17. Are we having fun yet?
Oh, man. Shout out to Matt. He just showed you how he dances also. He just showed you the dance moves.
Oh, no. There's
Up
usually
here with it.
No.
The
Come on,
twirly head.
No.
Coming
No.
around.
No.
The loosey-goosey.
Oh, there's way more shoulders and hips involved. I might be white, but I have rhythm.
I don't know about hips. I'm about to see the hips. I'll give you the shoulders. I'm about to see the hips,
Yeah,
man.
well, post herniated disc, the hips are a bit more ginger. But you better believe it. There's music. Oh, yeah, I was New Year's Eve. I was out hanging with some friends.
Yeah.
There's some music.
Yeah.
Hips were going.
There it is. Getting that hip action going on.
Hips don't lie.
Hips don't lie, baby. Them
Shout
back
out
hips.
Shakira.
Do not lie, ladies and gents.
No, they do
17 and 17.
You know who else don't lie?
Who's this?
Hard-working king of the controls, Joey C.
He don't do that.
Shout out to you, buddy. You are actually heading to the Madhouse tomorrow, are you not?
Madhouse.
First time in about 12 years, gentlemen,
Which
walking in.
means,
Shout out to Queen Mara.
and shout out to Queen Mara, happy early birthday to our guy, Joey
thank you.
C.
Thank you, gentlemen.
It's a birthday celebration
It's a
trip to the UC.
birthday celebration.
Which is why I told him and Mara on Wednesday night, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
As far as people throwing their money at Jerry these days while the team is 17 and 17, I'll allow it. It's a birthday.
Oh, you got a Peck blessing. Congratulations.
So the plan is to park in this neighborhood. So depending on when we arrive or when we get back, I might stop in before or after the game.
Pop in?
But yeah,
Little
I'm going to the
post-game
UC.
cameo.
I'm not coming out without a victory, and I got to go to that Ring of Honor, guys.
Gotta go to there. You got to, man. You got to. And when you see Joey C, come up to him, say hello.
That's right,
Shake
Bulls
his hand.
Nation.
Take your photos with him, all that good stuff, man. So show your love. You see your man Joey C.
Am I
out
allowed
there.
to make eye contact with GOAT in the UC, or is that one of those like?
Oh, it's somebody who's tried that before. I don't
Only
know.
if he initiates.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
If
Exactly.
he looks at you, you're allowed to return eye contact. Otherwise,
Yeah.
do
You
not
might-
look at the
do
Do
goat.
not look at the GOAT because you might get a piercing stare into
Yeah.
your soul, sir.
Yeah.
That says, I'm busy and I'm working. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, GOAT don't play when he at the UC, man. He focused.
That's his place of work.
Yeah.
This is also his place of work.
Yeah. But he does it with two children.
But he's serious. Yeah, exactly. Somebody
Yeah,
in the chat
remember
earlier was saying, how long until GOAT leaves because people on the beat won't take him seriously as long as he's connected to this podcast.
Oh, shit.
He's done a pretty damn good job of that for almost 4 years now.
I can speak on good authority. It's actually quite the opposite.
You feel? I was just about to say that, bro. It is
deeply.
definitely quite the opposite. But I tell you, that man is all business. That's why me and Matt can't sit with him
That's
at,
right.
at the UC no
That's
more.
why we sit over here.
Because
And
me
let
and
him
Matt
do
is like,
his
hey,
thing.
what's going on? Let's do stuff. Yeah, Bulls. And he's just like, clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
No, we have a good authority. Everybody in that building loves Willie Go
Having a
Gottlieb.
pretty good authority. Yeah, they enjoy the go.
Shout out for a last second super chat from our guy Whip Flipside, aka JR from GR. What up, buddy?
Hey,
Just
JR
wanted to
from
wish
GR.
y'all a happy new year to all CHGO. 2026 sure started off with a bang right on Jalen Suggs' head. Go Bulls, see red forever. Much love. Appreciate you, buddy, always. And yeah, also hope that Jalen Suggs' diagnosis is positive.
Yeah.
Because to get yammed on like that and then to leave the game with
Yeah,
injury,
yeah, that sucks.
that's a tough night.
They did say he exited with a knee strain.
Called it a strain.
So, and they even said he was questionable. We knew he wasn't coming back,
Yeah.
but they didn't just completely rule him out.
That's right.
So those two things are good news right there.
Indeedy. What else is good news is we get to watch the Bulls play again in about 24 hours.
24 hours,
Less
baby!
than. Another ball night, I believe 6th and final game of their long homestand here. They're taking on the Hornets. LaMelo, I think, threw some incredible half-court lob tonight.
Yeah, I heard they lost a heartbreaker tonight.
Heartbreaker to the Bucks.
Yeah.
A short trip down 94, and they'll be here tomorrow night.
When it's all the Knipper family who lives in
Man.
Wisconsin.
He's cooking.
Oh, man, dog.
He's
something
good.
to behold. So it's going to be fun to watch.
Follow our guy Big Dave. Bow. BWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. Appreciate you, Bulls Nation. Always and forever.
For
Have
sure.
a great night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yep.
See you, Red. Be good.
Love y'all, man. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.